All right, guys, it's Jay, and today I'm giving you a little Fractured news. You guys know I've covered Fractured since about 2017. Really excited about the game. I am a big fan of isometric downward-looking games. I like open-world PvP games. Fractured is a very interesting game. I'm not going to talk about the game today. I want to talk about a business decision that happened, and it has to do with Gamigo games. If you're familiar with this, about November 4th, Gamigo started teasing that there's going to be a new MMO that they're going to be working with. Now, a lot of people started thinking that this was going to be like a Rift Unchained or a Rift Restart or Reset or Rebirth. And then as the lore drops started happening, it seemed less and less likely that it was going to be Rift. And eventually it became pretty obvious that it was going to be Fractured. The official announcement came today, and as you can imagine, it wasn't well received. If you look at the Discord responses, there were a lot of people that just gave it thumbs down, the vomit, the emoji, pay to win because it's a Gamigo product. And I want to let you guys know there is a caliber of leadership at Dynamite Studios. Jacopo, Prometheus, the guy you see on the screen right now, you can't hear him, but I wanted you to see him because he released a video message direct to his community. I'm going to put a link to that in the description below. I suggest you go and listen to it if you were looking at Fractured. Now, I do want to let you guys know, I immediately reached out to Prometheus. I've been one of the official content creators since the very beginning. They have a content creator program with Exola. When I saw that, I immediately began working with Prometheus. He's given me a lot of keys over the month, a lot of testing by the Paradox Gaming Network community. Grumpy old man, why are you down again? But this morning, when I got that news, Prometheus reached out to me because I'm the one who put, the monkeys, the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil monkeys. And he said, you too, adding to the puke emote. And I said, honestly, Gamigo is such a horrible company. They trashed ArcAge. They trashed Rift when they acquired those assets from Tryon. Gamigo has been caught lying to their customers time and time again on the ArcAge product. They give horrible customer support. Half the time, they don't even know what the issue is. They give you form letter responses to your customer service tickets. It takes them 10 to 14 days to respond. And of course, Prometheus responded to me. And he said he can't speak about what they've done in the past. He wasn't there. He is an MMORPG player, but he wasn't there for those. He finds it hard to believe that the people he's dealing with at Gamigo are the same people that did that. And I immediately wanted to respond, and then I realized, no, he's right. Crolin came in as like a VP of something at Gamigo, but it was for the Tryon assets. We have to remember Gamigo does have other products. Prometheus said point blank, Gamigo hasn't acquired Dynamite or the IP. They aren't involved in the development of the game. He stated that in the video as well. Not only they don't want to change Fractured, they also can't. And I have to believe Jacopo. I have to believe Prometheus. He's never lied to me. Over the 4 years I've been working with him, he's never BS'd me. And the fact that he told me that, I mean, he didn't say it on the phone. I have it in writing. And then finally, he said, as far as customer service, they are making a point to learn as much as possible about the game. They haven't signed a deal with a Korean studio who doesn't care about the customer service on the other side of the world. Dynamite Studios is going to remain involved in this stuff. So if you are getting 2-week tickets and you let Dynamite Studios know, they're going to address that. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be doing a video about this today, and I'd love to include a summary. And he said, sure, you can. But what really knocked it out of the park with me was, I will join you in a live stream or whatever to reply to your questions. No vetting on the questions. That right there, guys, if you're a member of the Paradox Gaming Network community, or this is the first time you're seeing a video done by me, the fact that he's willing to do a live Q&A with me, and he doesn't want to vet the questions, that's all I need. I don't need any more than that. I don't even need to do the interview. I don't need to do the live stream. The fact that he's willing to get on an interview with me, if you know my show, you know my brand. I'm not going to throw lollipops at him. I'm going to throw nothing but fastballs at him. And he knows that. He's seen my show. He's seen my other interviews. That's all I need to know. I did watch that video. There are some bits and pieces in that video that I want to talk about. The first is that Dynamite Studios hasn't been able to grow their team. Yes, they have sold Founders Packs, and yes, I know how people feel about Founders Packs, but money has to come from somewhere. They've been able to sustain a team of 7 to 8 devs, but they haven't been able to grow the team. Signing a distribution contract with Gamigo means they're going to get some upfront funding, and they're going to be able to grow that team to 15 people. They're going to be essentially able to double their team. Now, one of the other things Prometheus says, one of their failings as Dynamite Studios has been, they haven't been able to do marketing, public relations, advertisement, because they're a team of 7 or 8 people, and those 7 or 8 people, depending on the time frame, are working on the game. When your team is that small, you don't have a community marketing lead, you don't have community managers, you don't have advertisers, marketers, sales. They have really worked their marketing through people like me, content creators. And while there is a certain amount of hype content creators can build, a company like Gamigo does bring a public relations department. It does bring a marketing department. One thing I thought was interesting that Prometheus disclosed was Gamigo contacted them all the way back in 2017 when Fractured was a little more than an idea and a web page. And they've been working on contract terms and play tests and feedback. And this is pretty common. I want people to realize this. Distributors are involved in play testing of games, even for games that they don't have the rights to, because number one, they need to make sure it's a good fit. And number two, it costs them very little to give feedback, and it helps that company. And really the distributor that's giving the best feedback kind of ends up on the inside lane with getting those distribution rights. I also want to remind people something Prometheus said in his video. In this video, you should go watch it. It's linked in the description. There aren't many publishers for MMORPGs. And the truth is there's really not. And no matter who you get, you're going to be upset. Do you want My.Games? Do you want Gamigo? Do you want Cacao? It really, like the big distributors, you're going to be unhappy with one of them for one reason or the other. But they do have expertise in publishing games. Now, I know my comments are going to get flooded, and leave a comment below. Tell me My.Games or Cacao or Gamigo, which one would you prefer? And then tell me why not Gamigo. Let Prometheus see all of your horror stories so he can make sure to point to this video from Gamigo and say, hey, see all these horror stories? I don't want any of that stuff happening with my IP. The other thing is I have to trust Prometheus. And he said, in the things that people say resonate a lot with me. He says he is connected with people at Gamigo on a human level, just like he's connected with me on a human level, and I'm connecting with you on a human level. If we don't have those human level interactions, then we can't look past, the mistakes of the past. And if he tells me he's made that human connection with people at Gamigo, as long as it's not people we know from Tryon, then he's made that connection, and I respect the connection he and I have. So I'm willing to stay on board with this, really, to see where it goes, because I am an isometric fan, and Fractured's really the only isometric MMO coming out anytime soon. Prometheus did say he understands people's worries that the game is going to go free to play. It's not. The game is going to remain a buy to play model with an optional sub, no pay to win. And honestly, it doesn't matter what Gamigo wants to do. They didn't acquire the IP. They didn't acquire Dynamite Studios. So Gamigo can want X. And if Prometheus and Dynamite want Y, the answer is going to be Y. The last one is Prometheus did make sure to point out there are pillars of design of the Fractured project, and he's going to hold true to those. And that just means Gamigo is going to have to distribute what they get from Dynamite. They're not going to be able to change it. Now, this is the part of the show that normally if I was live on Twitch, I would take viewer comments. I want to do a second part of this video, so I want your comments. I want to see what people have to say, and then I'm going to circle back around and I'm going to address those comments, especially, and then I'm going to feed them all into Prometheus. If he sees something, he can address it. They are going to do a live stream. There's a second link in the description about their feedback, their forum post, so check that out. And really, I will see you next time when Fractured is up for testing, because we've had a ton of fun testing it. And as always, hopefully I have a bunch of keys. I can give those away. We can give Dynamite more feedback. I will see you guys next time. Enjoy your holidays.